Hello, bonjour and cock-a-doodle-doo. My name is Scouse Mouse and welcome back to another one of my tutorials. You can probably tell by the fact that I'm dressed as a chicken and I'm waving a chicken at you that today we're going to be talking about chickens, and more specifically we're going to be talking about a nice easy way to automate the farming process to make sure that you end up with lots of cooked chicken. So let's get started. So to start farming chickens in Minecraft, you're gonna need two things for this kind of farm you are anyway. You're gonna need some chickens and you're gonna need some eggs. Now, which of those came first, the chicken or the egg? We can debate that until the end of time. But more importantly than that, you might be wondering, Scouse Mouse, what is a chicken? Now, a chicken is it's a mid-level bird, and I say mid-level because it's obviously cooler than a pigeon, but it's nowhere near as cool as a duck. And anyone who's anyone knows that the duck is the coolest bird that there is. So in Minecraft, what we're gonna need to do before we can start building any kind of chicken farm, well, I say any kind, before we start building this chicken farm, is we're going to need to have some chickens, and out of them chickens we need to produce quite a few eggs. Now you can see these ladies in here have already produced some eggs, so we'll keep them for in a minute. But over here I've produced a small little pen, and in this pen I've got a lot of, well, 9 hoppers all pointing into each other and then into this barrel here. The carpet on top is just, it keeps a bit of a more level surface, so as you can see as I'm walking over there it goes a bit bumpy, and it's going to be a bit more comfy on the chicken's little toes. So we need to get the chickens in there, and the way we're going to do that is to have some wheat seeds. Now chickens love wheat seeds. They will probably start to follow me as soon as, there we go. So if I break these ladies out, come on girls, and I walk into this pen, they will follow me in because they love it. Come on, in you come. Come on, in you come. So they're all in, and then if I come out and shut the gate, they are now all trapped in there, except this young lady that escaped. Now, if you wanted more chickens, you would just feed them some of these seeds, and that will put them into breeding mode, and they will produce some little baby chickens. Now when these chickens are ready, in fact they've already started, they've started laying eggs, and when they lay eggs, the eggs will pop down and appear in this barrel. We're gonna need, for this farm that we're about to build, to get started, a couple of stacks of chickens. Now eggs will only stack in 16s, so bear that in mind. Let's just collect these eggs we've got here. Look, I'm sorry, but there's just no need for the way you're following me, is there? There we go. Let's see if you follow me anymore. So I'll put them eggs in there, and I'll just let these ladies keep doing the thing. Okay, so the farm we're going to build is this thing here, and this is a totally automated cooked chicken farm, and this will produce cooked chicken and feathers. Okay, and the way this works, inside this farm we have these ladies here. These are adult chickens, fully grown, and they're just gonna chill in there, and they're gonna lay their eggs. When they lay their eggs, it's gonna go down into the hopper there and into a dispenser, and that dispenser is gonna shoot the eggs out onto this platform. Now every now and then one of those eggs will hatch into a little baby chick, like this cheeky little fellow you can see in front of me. Also, each time it fires an egg, there will be a 1 tick splash of lava, like you've just seen there. And the purpose of that lava is to cook any fully grown chickens that stand in front of it. So the lava can't get the babies because they're too short. That's something I can relate to. And any grown chickens will get cooked, and the meat and the feathers will drop down into the chest underneath. So you can have, it's a maximum, I think 24 is the most you can get in here due to entity cram, and any more than 24 and they will start to die off. So bear that in mind. And if you're on a multiplayer server, there may be rules about having a set number in there as not to cause any lag on the server. So the outside of this obviously is decorated how I thought would look cool, with some vines and some wood, but you can decorate yours how you wish. I will just show you how to build the bare bones, and we will get onto that right now. To build this, you're going to need an area that is 3 wide by 6 deep. Okay, and we're going to start in the front and center with a chest, and behind that chest, we're going to come behind, we're going to crouch click into the back of the chest. Okay, then behind that, we're going to fill the rest of this area with whatever building block you have chosen to build your farm out of. We then got 2 dispensers, and in the block that's behind this hopper, we're going to place 1, and then we're going to shift click and place the second on top, and in the top one we're going to place a bucket of lava. Now on this hopper here at the bottom, we're going to shift click and put a slab. Okay, nice and easy. Now in this bottom dispenser, we're going to come around the back, and I'm going to crouch click and put a hopper there going into the back of that. And then we're going to put, coming out of the back of that hopper, a comparator. Then if we stand on top of the hopper and get ourselves an observer, we're going to look down at the hopper, crouch click, might need to jump to do it, and place the observer so that the red dot is facing the sky. So this little guy, you can't really see his face from here, but he's looking down at that comparator, waiting for it to pick up the redstone signal from this hopper. It's important at this stage to place a dot of redstone there. If you don't do that now, it's going to cause us problems within the next couple of stages. We're going to place a block here, and this is just a temporary block because we're going to need to place another observer, not that way, not that way, but that way. Okay, so we've got the red dot pointing the front, and then we're going to add a dot of redstone. If you point at this red dot, it'll place it on this block that you stood on, and then once that's done, you can knock out this temporary block. That in itself is the majority of the redstone needed for this build. So it's just going to be a case now of building the sides up a little bit however you wish for it to look. Would recommend glass here at the front. Now you're going to want glass here anyway, so you can open the chest, but you'll be able to see inside then and see what's going on. Now chickens don't actually like it when it's dark. They're scared of the dark, they are. So what we're going to do here is a couple of blocks around, and we'll place a glowstone block there, and then the chickens will be able to see what is going on, and then we'll just build up on the sides here. What I'm going to do here, I like to put a couple of glass blocks here, because then once our chickens are in place, we can see them and we can see what's going on. And the same with the back here, just block it over. And this will look blocky when it's done here, but you can kind of fancy it up however you wish to do so. Now, one last thing we need to do, we're going to need to place a couple of temporary blocks. So I've just placed a temporary block there. Now that temporary block, let me knock these glass out, is just the other side of the hopper there. And we're going to need a dispenser. And we want that dispenser pointing in towards this hopper. And we've now replaced that glass. And 8 chickens that go in there are now going to be fully enclosed in there. And we can remove that temporary block and place a block on the top. So all that's left to do now is to place is to prime it, to get our chickens inside. So let's talk about how we're going to do that. To load the system up and get it ready to go, there are two ways to do that. The first one is to do it manually. So what we would do is shift click on the dispenser, which has got some eggs in, as you can see, and we would manually just flick the switch backwards and forwards. So if I do this for a moment, you can hear the eggs being dispensed into that chamber. Can you hear that? So let's go and have a look, and there should be some baby chickens in there. There we go. So they're in there. The second way to do it is handy if you've got a lot of eggs in there, and it can make it much quicker. And let's do that now. So what we're going to do is just bring this down, and then we will throw a repeater in there, and then we will throw a block with a redstone torch on the side of it. We're then going to come across two, 1, 2, and another block, and across two again. And then we're going to get our redstone torches, and we're going to go 1 and 2. And then we're going to just join the whole thing up with some redstone dust. And you can see that is pulsing around in a circle there. Well, square. Minecraft doesn't like circles. So if we join this up now, you can see this redstone signal is pulsing all the way. And that's now firing the remaining eggs in there. See that? So that will keep going until all the eggs have been dispensed into the chamber. And then let's have a look how many's left in there. Hear the way the sound changed there? That's how you know that it's empty. So once that's happened, we can break apart all this redstone. We don't need it. So those are the two ways you can do it, and it's up to you which way you choose to do it. It will depend how many eggs you want to be dispensing in there, and if you have the patience to sit there manually flicking the switch backwards and forwards. And that's the bare bones. As you can see, it's only 4 blocks high, you know, so it is quite blocky there, but you can do whatever you want to the shape of it, you know. This one, why we've been, you know, building that one, has been going along there. These little guys here are from a previous take of this video. They escaped, but that's okay. They've earned the freedom. And you can decorate this however you want. You can cover up that dispenser in the side. The only time you'll ever need that is if you want to add more chickens, or, you know, anything like that. You could actually take it out once you've got your chickens in there, but if you remove it, they are gonna come running out at you. So just leave it there, it's doing no harm. And that is a nice easy chicken farm. It's not an original Scouse Mouse design. It's a design that's used by lots of people, and I've seen it by a fair few YouTubers. This design was shown to me on Avatopia by Master Vandy. He came to my base and showed me this one, so thank you to him for that. Hope you've liked the video, and I hope that this tutorial has been useful for you. If you've got any questions, just ask away in the comments. Hopefully you'll like and subscribe, and I hope to see you next time. Scouse Mouse out.